Welcome to AnimeCons TV. We're your best source for reports and discussions on AnimeCons and other fan conventions. My name is Doug Wilder. Every so often, AnimeCons TV takes a break from our regular episodes to talk about recent convention news and also respond to your comments and questions. So let's get right to the news. The top convention story is AnimeNEXT's former convention chairman being suspended from the convention due to sexual harassment allegations. On March 12th, a woman named Anne May posted a detailed account of her 2015 interactions with Eric Torgerson, the convention chairman at the time and a member of the board of directors. This was reported to the convention's head of HR, Carlo Darslin. Darslin says that numerous other complaints against Torgerson soon followed. The incidents were presented to the board of directors, which gave Torgerson a warning. On May 22nd, Anime News Network published an article detailing the allegations, as well as AnimeNEXT staff continually dismissing the allegations. 2 days after the ANN article was published, AnimeNEXT published a statement on Facebook. As of April 14th, 2019, Eric Torgerson has been suspended from AnimeNEXT staff pending in this investigation and will not be present at the 2019 event. AnimeNEXT and Universal Animation Inc. have hired a neutral third party to conduct the investigation. Additionally, Mr. Torgerson has not been a member of the board since 2018 and has not been convention chairman since 2017. So, this is something that's been coming up in a couple of conventions lately. Risha had a very similar situation here, and it's a tough one to pick a reaction. I've had some really good memories recently at AnimeNEXT. I've done reports on it. I'm planning on presenting a panel again this year and attending as press. So I personally really enjoy this convention, but this is a little troubling for sure. We don't want to make light of a situation like this. So I'm going to see. I think my biggest feedback to the convention would be next time, act a little more quickly. 2 days seems like a little bit of a long time to get out a statement, but the statement was good. It assured that an investigation is being done and that you guys are working to just look into it, and that the offending party, has no position on staff anymore, especially a higher one at that. So it is some progress there, but it's also, again, troubling to see that some complaints maybe didn't get listened to, and especially if you are running an event and there are complaints about a staffer, no matter what level they are, from just a basic general staffer all the way to the chairman. No one should be free from being held accountable for inappropriate behavior. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, I really like AnimeNEXT, so I'm hoping that this incident is resolved well and that things go better for them, because I would like to still keep going, but we'll see what happens. Now let's take a look at our mailbag for feedback. Gaspar wrote, "Hi Patrick and AnimeCons TV crew. I attended Anime Boston 2019 and it was a blast. I had some minor personal stuff I dealt with, but besides that, I was able to do most of what I wanted this year and made me super happy. It was my 11th AB. I'm super proud of that. It's always cool to see a person that's doing a con for a long time, and that means something. I had posted a comment on the April feedback that I bet you'll read, saying that I had planned to go see you, Patrick, in the game show's panel room and say hi and ask you a question, but I never around to get going there. Then on Sunday, my friends and I were hanging out on the bench in the Heinz on Sunday near the cosplayer repair room, and I saw you walk by. I was 100% starstruck because I watch you on your YouTube channel, and almost wherever you guys post a video. And I 100% appreciate and respect you as a co-founder of one of the best anime conventions in the U.S. and the world for me. You're an awesome person. I wish I had called you out to you, but you were walking by even just to say hi. I hope you're well. Gaspar, a.k.a. Shikate Media on YouTube. So Pat asked me to pass along that. He was super glad you had a good time at AB. I mean, most of us, we have personal connections. I'm on staff there as well. It's a lot of our kind of home con, so we always like going in. If you saw Pat on Sunday, he mentions that you might have been actually with Sketch and Shiva and their son. And if you do see us at Anime Boston or any convention, really, please don't hesitate to take a moment to say hi. Even if it's just passing in passing, let us know you like the show, whatever. It's always a nice little thing to see people that like the show, and for lack of a better term, it's a little nice ego boost. So please never hesitate to say hi. On Twitter, James is my boy wrote, "Can a convention destroy or lose their reputation for a small little thing?" Well, I'd say if it's a small thing, no, but I think what destroys reputations are them brushing things off as only small little things when they're items that should be taken a little more seriously. Whether that means, like harassment complaints like we were doing with, or not fixing a problem such as, say, a registration line or autograph policy or things like that. So, small thing, not really, but not realizing that something is a bigger problem can really destroy a reputation. On YouTube, in response to Elizabeth's hotel advice episode, Inu Muro Lover wrote, "Missed a big one. Respect hotel spaces. Don't be a jerk and trash everything you see. There have been cons that have been killed due to constant ill behavior from attendees, and there's only so much hotels can take before they can tell the con staff, yeah, we don't want your attendees back, ever." And now the con has to struggle to find new hotels, which can be difficult since hotel chains do talk to each other and advise their competitors against hosting problematic cons. If you wouldn't trash your own house, why would you trash the room? That's a really good point. Definitely take care of the hotel. Some hotels actually remind attendees that if they damage the hotel, especially a room, they're going to get billed for that, which is one way to hold attendees accountable. But at the same time, the hotel still has to, do all that extra billing. Then they have to, make any repairs or extra cleaning, and that's more stuff to them. And so it's just a headache. But it's, if a con hotel gets enough complaints, and they ask the con not to come back, well, then that puts the event out of luck, because now what do? Especially if you're tied to a location, or you have, a convention center near that hotel. If the hotel right next to you says, we don't want you anymore, but you still at the convention center, you're kind of out of luck there. So definitely take care of it. And speaking of respecting the hotel spaces, this is also just kind of remember that not everyone in the hotel is there for the convention. Some people might be there just for vacation, for work, something else. So be respectful to them and everything like that. Janet Darling replied to our video on sexual harassment at conventions to say, "It's sad how some people need to be told what's wrong and right when it should be obvious. But sad that you have to tell people, hey, you can't just go up to that girl and touch her because she's cosplaying. And no matter how sexy it is, no, you don't touch women at beaches." Yep, it is really sad that people have to be told to respect boundaries, and that there's this thing that's super important known as consent. But I think the big thing there is, if you see people being problematic, call it out, say something, bring the attention to staff, and let people know that their behavior is inappropriate. And if they're acting inappropriately, to just address it and call it out, because it's basically, as the saying goes, see something, say something. Because some people might just be kind of shell shocked and uncomfortable, so it might be worth just helping address it and bring it up. It is an unfortunate thing, but the only way it's going to get better is if we all take it seriously and make sure that there is accountability. In response to the episode on what to do with your old convention badges, Jimbo asked, "Can you use any name on your badge, or does it have to be your name?" This is actually something that it varies from convention to convention. Some conventions only let people write their legal name. Some people will let people do like a nickname, but they have to have their real name on a smaller part of it. It varies from event to event. Really, most places I'd say really are okay with a nickname, but it does vary from event to event, and I think this is one of those things that you got to look at their policy a little more clearly. Some things that I've run into that I've had to work on is with people is some people they don't like going by their full first name. Say, to use an example from our website, say maybe Patrick would prefer to only have Pat on his name, but because legally he's Patrick, he has to make that known. And sometimes you have to just work with the convention staff and do that, things like that. But I'd say most conventions let you put a nickname as long as there's still some way to identify who you really are, like a barcode or a smaller version of your name, your real name printed on it. Also, in response to my interview with Jim Kapastis, wow, that was a while back. Many people have asked where they can see a copy, and unfortunately, I don't know. I haven't been able to, but it's one I'm going to do a little more research for. I haven't been able to find it. It might be on animemusicvideos.org, but I haven't seen it there yet. It's a little bit of a legend like that. We can look around, but unfortunately I can't make any promises of where it is. It was a little bit before, but a lot of things were digital, so it's a little hard to get a copy of that. It does exist. It's just not widely available. If we do find that, we'll keep an eye out. We'll let you guys know, and we'll update on our kind of the description of that video on YouTube or anywhere else we can. But as of right now, unfortunately, I don't have a place where I know we can find it. If that changes, we'll let you know. And finally, Trooper Chris Manning. Oh boy, hey, someone I know from the 501st. Hey brother, TK41066 here. As you know, it's real hard to drink fluids in a loop because it's almost impossible to go to the bathroom in armor. LOL. Some good ideas. Yes, that's very true. Especially in my biker scout outfit, like you can see the helmet right back there. You're kind of stuck in there, and there's not an easy way to use the facilities, as it were, without completely de-kitting. So I'd say, go before you suit up, and just plan accordingly. And I think with any costume, know when it's time to be done, and if you're designing it by yourself, take that into accountability. Is how easy is this going to be able to get in and out of if I need to take care of business. So on there, but hey, great to hear from another trooper too. So yeah, that's all we've got for this time. Coming up next on AnimeCons TV, we're halfway through our episodes of 2019. We'll be taking a short break, but we'll be back soon. I'll be doing a report from AnimeNEXT, as I mentioned, and Pat will also have a report from SAC Anime Summer. And like we mentioned with Patrick's fan there, if you see us at either of those cons, please come by and say hello. We like meeting our fans. We like hearing from you guys, and it's neat to see people in person versus just posting comments. So don't hesitate to come up and approach us. I promise we're not that scary. Maybe sketch, but that's beside the point. And don't forget to send us your feedback. We'll have another feedback episode like this coming up soon. So if you have any other questions or comments, send them in. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment on our videos. And while you're there, don't forget to, like and subscribe. You can leave us a voicemail and call us at 762-ADEQUATE, which is 762-233-7828. And don't forget, you can also text that number. That's a great way to, if you're at a convention, have us in your phone and see something really cool and you don't want to forget about it, call and tell us about it. And don't forget that you can email us, good old-fashioned email, which is podcast@animecons.tv. Tell your friends about us, too. Our new episodes are posted on Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. We post about them on Facebook and on Twitter, so please share and retweet those links or share our YouTube video. And telling your friends is one of the best ways you can get us recognized and get the word out about us. And don't miss any of our episodes. You can subscribe to us for free. We're AnimeCons TV on YouTube, or you can subscribe to us on iTunes at itunes.animecons.tv, or watch us just on our website, animecons.tv. We've recently updated our Apple TV app, so check that out. Greg here says that's what he uses to watch. Hi, Greg! And finally, I'm Doug. You can find me personally on Twitter at Nigoki, and I have a little bit of an Instagram that I'm slowly trying to use. I even got to really look up my own screen name because I'm a little bit rusty on that. But if you want to follow me on Instagram, I am TB15000, TB15000. I don't have too many pictures yet, but that is a place I'm trying to get there. And as the convention season ramps up, I'll try and post more pictures there as well. And that's about it. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.